Before he became the mighty warrior who leapt across the ocean, before he burnt Lanka and carried a mountain through the sky, Hanuman first appeared in the Ramayana in a very different way. Not in battle, not in glory, but in a quiet meeting in the forest where devotion recognized its purpose. This is the story of how Hanuman first met Rama. Long ago, after being exiled from Ayodhya, Rama, along with his wife Sita and his brother Lakshmana, lived in the forest of Bharat. But their peaceful life was shattered when Sita was taken away by Ravana, the powerful king of Lanka. Heartbroken but determined, Rama and Lakshmana began searching for her, wandering through forests, mountains, and unknown lands, following every clue they could find. Their journey eventually brought them near the Rishyamukha mountain, where another story of fear and exile was unfolding. There lived Sugriva, the Vanara prince. Sugriva was not living like a prince, he was hiding. Once he had ruled the kingdom of Kishkinda with his powerful brother Vali. But a terrible misunderstanding had turned Vali against him. Sugriva had been driven from his home, separated from his wife, and forced to live in constant fear. The only place he was safe was near Rishyamukha, where Vali could not enter because of an old curse. Sugriva was never alone in his exile. By his side stood Hanuman, his most trusted friend, minister, and protector. Hanuman was wise, strong, and deeply devoted to righteousness, though at this point in the story, the full greatness of his destiny had not yet unfolded. He served Sugriva faithfully and watched over him with sharp intelligence and unmatched loyalty. One day, from a distance, Sugriva noticed two strangers approaching the forest. They were dressed in bark garments like ascetics, but they carried bows and walked with the confidence of warriors. Their faces were calm, but their presence was powerful. Sugriva was immediately alarmed. Who are they? He wondered. Has Vali sent them to kill me? Fear clouded his mind, and he turned to Hanuman. Go and find out who these men are, he said. But be careful. Learn their purpose before they come near us. Hanuman agreed. But he did not go in his Vanara form. Instead, using his intelligence and skill, he disguised himself as a humble ascetic and approached the two brothers respectfully. What followed is one of the most beautiful first meetings in the Ramayana. Hanuman came before Rama and Lakshmana with folded hands and spoke with great politeness. His words were thoughtful, measured, and full of grace. He asked them who they were, why they wandered the forest armed like warriors, yet dressed like sages, and what had brought them to this lonely place. Rama listened, and as Hanuman spoke, something extraordinary happened, not outwardly but inwardly. Rama was deeply impressed. Hanuman's speech was so refined, so wise, and so perfectly spoken that Rama turned to Lakshmana and quietly praised him. In the Ramayana, Rama is said to admire the way Hanuman spoke, without arrogance, without confusion, with clarity, gentleness, and intelligence. This was no ordinary messenger. Lakshmana then introduced them. He told Hanuman that the one standing before him was Rama, prince of Ayodhya, and that he himself was Lakshmana, Rama's young brother. He explained how Sita had been abducted and how they were searching for her. As Hanuman listened, everything changed. This was no ordinary prince. This was Rama. In the moment, Hanuman's heart recognized what words had not yet fully revealed. The one he stood before was the very master his soul had been waiting for. His respect deepened into devotion. Hanuman immediately dropped the disguise and revealed his true Vanara form. With folded hands and humility, he bowed before Rama. Then he spoke with warmth and sincerity. He told Rama about Sugriva, how he had too suffered separation, how he lived in fear of his brother Vali, and how perhaps each could help the other. Rama listened carefully. Hanuman then offered to take the two brothers to Sugriva. And in one beautiful image from the Ramayana, Hanuman carries Rama and Lakshmana upon his shoulders and brings them up the mountain to meet Sugriva. That meeting would change everything. Rama and Sugriva formed an alliance. Rama promised to help Sugriva reclaim his kingdom from Vali, and in return, Sugriva promised to help Rama find Sita. But hidden within that alliance was something even greater. Because through Sugriva, Rama had found Hanuman, and through Rama, Hanuman had found his life's purpose. This meeting may seem simple compared to the great battles later in the Ramayana. There are no flying mountains here, No burning cities, no giant leaps across the sea. And yet, this moment was the most important in the entire epic because it is the beginning of one of the greatest bonds in all of Hindu storytelling, the bond between Rama and Hanuman. Hanuman did not meet Rama on a battlefield. He met him through humility, service, and intelligence. He approached not with pride but with respect. And because of that, he was able to recognize greatness when it stood before him. That is what makes this meeting so powerful. Hanuman was already strong. He was already wise. He was already capable of extraordinary things. But strength alone was not what made him great. It was devotion. The moment Hanuman understood who Rama was, his entire life found direction. From that moment onward, every ounce of strength, every skill, every act of courage would be offered in Rama's service. And that is why Hanuman is remembered not just as a hero, but as a perfect devotee. The story of Hanuman meeting Rama teaches us that some meetings are not ordinary. Some encounters change the course of our lives forever. It also reminds us that true greatness recognizes greatness. Hanuman's wisdom lay not only in speaking well or acting cleverly, but in knowing who stood before him. And perhaps more beautifully, it teaches us that devotion often begins quietly, not with thunder, not with spectacle, but with a conversation in a forest where one soul finally meets the purpose it was born for.